Okay, so last Friday night at Bellator 270, we had a huge night for Irish MMA as they took over the Three Arena with a double header of Irish competitors in the main and co-main event. James Gallagher and Peter Queally, unfortunately, both coming up stuck in their big roles on the card. But yeah, it was a good night of fights anyway. We're just going to do a quick recap of it anyway. And first off, I'm going to pass over to Kev, who's going to give his run through.
Well, we have Patchy Mix and James Gallagher, probably the most entertaining fight, even more entertaining than the main one. I think that more punches in, even though it ended in just the second round. And a little bit more entertaining because they were all at it. There was a lot more punches, a lot of chance of getting submission in. James Gallagher, I think, put more effort, I would believe in, but I think Patchy was a little bit more clever with his punches and with his submission. You can see in the second round, Gallagher thought he had the opportunity in the second round to go for a submission, but Patchy, um, well, he made most of that one. It was a little bit more entertaining. I really thought Gallagher would do better. You can see how much he's actually he can ready to commit. I thought it was a bit more into him, but he had more, I suppose, more effort than Patchy. But it is what it is. It was good. It was a good, very good fight. But of course, the whole crowd in Dublin were a little bit more disappointed. But it was very, very good to watch. We have a Quilly and a Pitbull going for the belt. Very little bit disappointed overall that it only ended in the second round. I really want to see a good fight. The fact that we're saving their energy throughout the whole 5 rounds, I think it's see their full potential of what could have happened. But overall, it was just a decent fight. Quilly Axio prevented the kicks from Pitbull compared to their first meeting. But still, I think Pitbull was very, very good with his punches, and you can see down the second round where he just took full advantage. Um, I'm not disappointed with Quilly as much. I think it was could be just if he was a little bit more focused on those punches in the second round, his things could maybe turn around a bit. But it was actually wasn't too bad fight. But I hope that Quilly will overcome that fight and up again because I really want to see him again. He's a very good fighter. But for now, people have to enjoy his title.
But yeah, first of all, quick shout out on the undercard to Danny Nealon and Kieran Clark, who both picked up big wins in front of a hometown crowd. Nealon's grappling on point is completely shutting down her opponent and continuing her unbeaten record, and Clark coming up with the big upset submission win late on. Really had it taken to him in the first 2.5 rounds, and just at the end picked up the big submission to make the crowd go absolutely nuts, which was really a big theme all night. The place was mental. Couldn't go, unfortunately, but I was watching it at home with Kev, and yeah, they put on a show, and the crowd ate up the whole card. Unfortunately, didn't get the big wins they wanted, but they did have some good feel good moments anyway. Nealon and Clark. Opening up with Gallagher against Patchy Mix, this was a big step up for Gallagher, who, while a highly decorated fighter in Bellator and a big name for them in Bellator, having main evented the Three Arena on multiple occasions, he really hadn't faced that level of competitor, and it kind of showed at points. When in rank number 6, Patchy Mix was at 3 in the rankings, and the fairly technically proficient grappling contest between the two, but Gallagher just wasn't quite on the level on the night. Um, Patchy Mix picking up the guillotine win. So yeah, kind of puts him in line to face the winner of the Horiguchi Pettis fight later in the year. So probably first quarter next year we're going to get Patchy Mix against the winner of that for the bantamweight title. Where Gallagher goes from here is kind of undetermined. They could give him a couple more guys inside the top 10 now and try and reinvigorate him, but I don't know. It seems either a move up or a move down. I'm not sure what his usual weight class would be if he was to move, whether he'd want to go up or down, but I don't know. It kind of feels like with Pettis, Horiguchi, and Gallagher, or sorry, Pettis, Horiguchi, and Mix, he's kind of going to be a little bit stuck as the nearly guy in the division. So only time will tell, but I'm definitely sure he's got a bright future. It's just whether it's a bantamweight or not. Speaking of the nearly guys, not the feel-good story that the fans of the Three Arena wanted, but a feel-good story nonetheless, as Patricky Pitbull picks up the vacant lightweight title with a TKO win over Peter Queally in the main event. Three failed attempts previously to get the the Bellator gold, and picks up the belt vacated by his younger brother Patricio, and is the new lightweight champ. It was actually a cracking fight, to be fair. Um, Quite a slow, methodical start to round one, feeling out process. Not a whole lot of back and forth action. Both guys a little bit tentative. Queally kind of trying to soak up the atmosphere, and Patricio very much trying to calm that atmosphere down because the place was still singing the Cranberry Zombie for most of the first round. Queally, much taller guy, trying to use push kicks to keep him at bay, and Patricky very much trying to figure out how to close the distance on him. And unfortunately, the second round, eye poke, Patricky slowed it down, took the whole 5 minutes. It really unsettled the crowd quite a bit, quietened them down, and then he just exploded out the gate as soon as he hit me. Really, really clever. Whether it was that bad of an eye poke to begin with, it probably wasn't pleasant, but very, very tactical because it really sort of aggravated the crowd, and then he just silenced them. Unloading shots, big overhand right, and dropped Queally, tried to recover, forced him up against the fence, and just bombed on him with shots. Heavy blow after heavy blow, and he didn't really stand a chance. You want to call it an early stoppage? Maybe, because he was still standing, but I think the ref was very, very clever there to call it as he did. There was no need to have him take more shots there. Would have been completely unnecessary. Patricky had it in the bag. So yeah, not the the night that the Irish fans wanted, but the night that they got all the same. Yeah, hopefully maybe able to go with Kev next time and do something. But yeah, I just thought we'd wrap it up as a big hometown event, and one that we enjoyed watching anyway. But yeah, hopefully maybe next time we'll do something more live reactions wise. This is a couple of days after anyway, but hopefully we'll be back to more regularly scheduled stuff on the channel from now on. But till then, see you next time.